to shoot a little intro to this deer hunting video. This is after deer season now. This is January 2018. When the day that was the last weekend of the Pennsylvania gun season, I had one buck tag left, and it was really cold that day, so I had a lot of battery problems with my camera. I got to do a little bit of filming, and then some of it, my camera was so dead it just wouldn't work because I tried to keep it out of the cold. We had a real bad snowstorm. It wasn't snowing initially in the morning, and then I'm gonna say early in the morning it started to snow, and it snowed hard. We had 4 or 5 inches of snow, and it was super cold with wind, 0 degree Fahrenheit type cold. So unfortunately my battery crapped out. But what you see is I didn't get to shoot an intro from the tree stand. I was sitting in another tree stand that me and the landowner had set up. There was an old tree stand there that he had shot a lot of deer from before. And it had come down. It was an old wooden stand, and it had basically rotted away, and the tree that was on had rotted away. The area that I was in is pretty tough to get a shot. This year I'm going to have to trim some shooting lanes up there if we plan to use that stand. It might be a good archery season stand. There was a lot of rubs around that stand, and it's kind of a bottleneck. If you see the area where it is, it's a bottleneck of a good area for the deer to travel. It's in the convergence of a valley of 3 different fields, and it's open field, farm crop field coming into woodland. It's a pretty good travel area. It's also a low spot, the lowest spot, and they tend to want to travel in those low areas because then they're not silhouetting themselves, they're not exposing themselves. Also, they're keeping themselves out of the wind. So it was a good day. It was a cold day. I only seen that one bunch of deer. That was it. I didn't see any deer after that. There was a bunch of does that came in with that buck that I shot, and you'll see in the video I was videoing the deer as they come up, and then seeing the buck in the back and realized he was legal and put the camera down really quickly and started shooting. Also, you'll notice in the video when we recovered the deer, as he was running through the woods, he actually smacked a horn against the tree, and it like dead stopped him, like stunner stopped him, and he actually broke his antler off right at the base of his skull. You'll see that also when I have the video of the deer in the back of my truck. But I hope you enjoy the video, and you'll see not too much footage, but that's what happens. That's filming, right? It's like the Will Primo says, it's not Hollywood, it's the truth, right? Well, I think I have just shot my first firearms season whitetail buck. Last day of rifle season, or regular firearms season. sitting in a new spot that me and the landowner had set up. It's overlooking the draw. It's pretty thick. I'll show you around. It's really cold today. We're expecting a snowstorm. The deer came right in front of me here. They just cut all the corn down yesterday. You can see here it's pretty thick in behind me. I'm shooting my slug gun. Oh man, that's exciting. He came in with a bunch of does. Actually, I think I might have caught it on film, and when I realized the buck was in there, I put the camera down quick and slung a little lead out there. Alright, we're gonna sit tight and see what else happens. My buddy, the landowner, is sitting further down, so we're gonna wait and see if anything else comes by. Well, it's starting to snow now. The sky is completely gray. I guess in some places they want 1 to 3, and then some other places they want 3 to 6. You see it's starting to settle on my gloves. It's pretty cold. It's windy here. It's got a good wind chill going on. Well, it was a successful morning. Just waiting here to see if I see any more deer. Awesome. This was a stand that me and the landowner had put up. We moved it. There was an old stand here years ago. It's pretty tough to get a shot though. It's pretty brushy. That's why I was using the slug gun. Alright, let's sit tight. Okay, here we are back at the house. Unfortunately, my battery died. As you can see, everything is white now. Snow is coming in. Here's our buck, successful hunt. As you can see, he had a little accident on his way through the woods. He rammed the tree, and that was where his antler came off. But I found it. Here it is. Fits like a glove. Just like that. So there he is. 7-point. You got 4 on this side, 3 on that side. Nice big body deer. We'll fix that antler, that's no big deal. But he's a pretty decent size. I'm well pleased with that. It was pretty cold this morning. Pretty freaking cold. I sat out all day last week. I seen, like I said, I seen 5 bucks. I seen 2 legal bucks. I seen 1 really big buck. This was the only buck I seen this morning. Actually, you'll see on the video. I was videoing the bunch of deer coming out, and then I seen one of them was hit this guy, and he was legal. And I quick put the camera down and started firing a couple of shots off. So you'll see the video where it goes black. That's what happened there. But now we're gonna get this guy processed up, and then as you can see, he's big, thick coat, plenty of meat on this guy. We'll fix that antler later. Alright, successful hunt. Okay, you've seen the video now. Here's the end result after a repair. You see I skinned the skull out, and I removed the bottom jaw, and then I bleached it so it's nice and white. But there's his antlers and everything fully repaired. Get a good look at it from both sides. So I made a nice European mount from it. It's not too hard to do. There's some good videos on YouTube on how to, you know, properly whiten your skulls and stuff. But I'm pretty pleased with it. Came out pretty nice. Makes a nice mount, nice trophy. More importantly than that, I got a whole bunch of packets of this to put in my freezer. That's kind of the point, you know. A lot of people get wrapped up in the antlers. Oh, it's got to be a giant, you know. You see Lee and Tiffany Lukowski shooting, you know, 180, 190 inch deer. It's like, yeah, that's no. Regular hunts, unless you get super lucky, that's not going to happen. But you know, it is what it is. You know, don't get too wrapped up in the antler size, because you can't eat the antlers. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.